man. Y'all gonna have to work. Y'all say hello to everybody. All right. But good job. And that was the baby. So you guys don't have to bear with the noise, and you have to bear with the babies playing and stuff like that. But I will do my best to answer any questions. And we are traveling, so you may see intermittent type situations where it looks like I'm buffering and or you know, it's bad quality. But just guys work with me, because like I said, this is family day with the babies. And let me say peace and blessings to everybody who just said hello to me. Heart beats, peace and blessings. And like I said, I want to have some private time with you guys, because you guys are spending time with my family today, or at least for the next 30 minutes. Hopefully, if we can push through. DLR music, peace and blessings, man. Peace and blessings. We're gonna let's play this by ear, guys, because again, I mean, this signal doesn't seem to be strong as we travel, and we may have to do that. But forgive me, guys, and forgive us now. But I'll get in what I can get in. So, guys, you know, start with the questions, man. You know what I mean? If I can get this pit bull out the road here. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Kareem Dupree, appreciate you, bro. I'm your biggest fan. You know what I mean? You can be my fan, but I'm your biggest fan. Ariel Freeman asks, is there anything more? Questions? Is there anything else you can do? Then there's definitely more that you can do. Social marketing, don't take advantage of social media marketing. I'm glad to hear that you are. The thing now is that, are you utilizing paid marketing, or are you just posting it online? So you have a artist that you're working with. Skybound Sound, good morning, brother. Because the key would be, if you are using targeted marketing and making it work for you, that's the thing that I would do. I would start utilizing Instagram, Facebook. Well, you have to have Facebook in order to utilize Instagram, but utilizing Instagram in order to promote yourself even more, because I just did a social media experiment the other day, Kareem, and it was just $10 a day, and I ran it for 3 days, I think. 3 days got me, I think, 23,000 views. No, excuse me, 2,335 views or engagements. I don't have the exact numbers, so I don't want to be misquoting. But start paying for social media marketing. Start paying now, guys, because it's well worth the advertising cost right now. And I keep saying this to people, when the big companies catch up or catch on to social media marketing, like Coca-Cola and Mercedes-Benz and all the different things, it's going to increase the value of social targeting. You're going to have to pay a lot more, guys. So, again, forgive me. I got the babies in the background, so they're talking, and I'm trying to talk to you guys. So hopefully it's not too distorted or too loud in here for you guys. But that was a great statement, Ariel Freeman. Thank you for breaking the ice and asking your question. Yes, definitely pay for your target marketing, but also make sure you have a good campaign set up. Just don't be paying for nothing and don't understand what you want the outcome to be. You know what I mean? So if it's a link back, if you want them to shop, if you want them to listen or stream your music, then, you know, have a purpose behind why you're going to pay. Don't just pay because you want to get don't just be paying just because you want to spend money and get, you know, publicity. Utilize the publicity, utilize the views, and make it work for you all the way around. You know what I mean? Utilize all of it. You know what I mean? Which I say, you know, if you're just doing brand awareness, or you just want someone to be aware of your brand, that's fine. But having an outcome to it. So that means, you know, linking them to your iTunes download page, or possibly even Napster, which I always recommend, as you've seen as far as the royalties and streaming. Just have an outcome. Just don't market. Don't waste them. My wife, so anything that I she's going to tell me what it is. Which one? No, DistroKid, DistroKid is just online distribution. It gets iTunes and get you to iTunes and Napster and stuff. Showcases. All right, guys. Please forgive me. Like I said, we will have to work around this internet thing. But one of the questions that was asked that I think is very important to answer was about the showcases, right? Is paid showcases worth it? Now, paid showcases are worth it if you feel like there is something beneficial to you out of it. And a lot of times showcases will say, get a chance to meet, A&Rs or ask A&Rs questions or possibly get studio time or something like that. In that case, if you are an artist who, are looking for those things, yeah, it's worth it. But be very careful, because a lot of showcases, when it comes to those paid showcases, you come out with nothing. Exposure is one thing. And back in the days, let me be honest with you, back in the days, it was a preferred way that a lot of us got signed, doing showcases and talent shows and things like that. A lot of A&Rs used to frequent those things, and you was able to pick up a record deal or a contract that way. Nowadays, though, it is basically being used as a tool for a revenue generator for indie labels or record labels who are trying to build up a little capital. And what they do is, potential signing deal to their label and stuff like that. But in the interim, they'll raise tens of thousands of dollars doing so. Just be very, very aware of what the showcase will give you out of the situation. Don't just spend money just to be spending it. Make sure that's going to be beneficial to you. And that's the thing that I always kick to you guys. If you know that it's going to be beneficial to you, you see the benefits for whatever means it may be, marketing, just getting exposure in your town. But be very careful again. If it's something where they're just raising money and they're saying, well, you get a chance to meet with A&Rs, find out what A&Rs. If I'm not meeting with somebody like that, one that's going to put me in my money. So, those are the pros and cons to doing showcases, but just make sure that it works for you. Is promoting yourself a risk? No, never. Promoting yourself is never a risk. All right, so let's go back. And again, guys, I apologize. Next, all right. Promotion is always a good thing. And what I was okay, so the point that I was making with promotion is basically this. When you are promoting is marketing. That's all. Marketing and promoting is the same thing. It's one and the same. You have to have promotion. Far too many artists and record labels, what they do is they make the assumption that if they just put it out there, they will come. The worst movie ever made was that movie with the baseball field when they were like, oh, if you build it, they will come. Because that's the mentality that most artists have, that, oh, if I just put my music out there, everybody will automatically gravitate toward it, and I will, they'll love my music, and that'll turn everybody on. That's the biggest mistake you can make. You have to treat this like a business, like I told you before. And there's a Millionaires creed that we use in business, right? 10% of anything. So if you get 100,000 people, you put your material in front of 100,000 people, 10% of those people are going to be interested, okay? Out of those people, 10% of those people will actually purchase. And so that's the rule of thumb that you have to utilize. So promotion is not a bad thing. You must promote your music. You must promote yourself. The key is promoting yourself in a way that's unique. And I try to say that in my videos a lot of times, being unique about your promotion. But nowadays, again, there's a lot of attention going on with these tight beats, and people are working the tight beats, the free tight beats. But what they're not doing as well, what they're not doing is taking advantage of the tight beat. So once you've sold that free tight beat, what's going to distinguish you later on from any other producer? Well, no one is promoting the uniqueness of themselves, and no one is marketing themselves from that. I hope that answers your question too, about the promotion. Another question? I think DLR Music and those guys are part of the membership. Let's see if we can get one of their questions in. Okay. Is there any other questions? Man, you guys get to ride with me and my family and my babies and all the noise that they make. Y'all, welcome to the family. I don't bring everybody into my personal lives. And forgive the shakiness, man. How do you build a strong brand? Easy. One of the things that we did was we took advantage of every type of credential we were able to accomplish, everything we was able to accomplish. If we were on, well, there wasn't SoundCloud then. I'm trying to think who we used back then. It was Bandcamp or something. But you build your strong brand by constantly marketing, putting yourself in, and it means investing. It goes back to the whole promotion thing, and it also goes back to the social media statement that I made. You gotta market, man. In order to build a strong brand, you got to invest in it. Y'all guys have to think of it like this. You are a business. I literally say that to everyone, and they don't catch on. You are a business. You are in competition with other businesses. Not that you have to be, because you guys can definitely collaborate and make it happen, but businesses have to advertise and market. 90% of businesses that fail because they don't market. They assume that they're going to build up. Matter of fact, go to a major city, go to your city, wherever you live at, and look at all the businesses that are booming and all the businesses that are not booming. I'll tell you the difference automatically. They're marketing. And even the ones that are marketing, it's probably the lack of marketing uniqueness or branding. So when you brand, you have to market that brand. And that's the key behind everything. And I told you guys, I think when we was on our little mini vacation, that was the secret behind it. Everybody wants to know how you become successful. Marketing. Plain and simple. I can't say anything other than marketing to be successful, because that is the key. But again, in your business, you have to put investment. You got to invest in your business. You have to market your business. That's the only way people get to know it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be all paid marketing. You know, there's ways that you market on other things. You got to be creative. You got to think outside the box. You got to take advantage of forums, rappers forums, singers forums. You got to take advantage of it. This is why I was telling you guys, you should be working every day on your craft. And your craft isn't always just making tracks. Your craft is reaching out, making connections, finding out more, taking your time to go and learn other resources that you have to promote, thinking outside the box with those resources and figuring out a way to get your brand or your product in these guys' hands.
About working out.
Come on, sit back. Contribute. DLR, you got to be a little bit more specific. It's hard to just. My wife is trying to read it. Workout, contribute drum kits.
If there's some 5-6 tracks and where your listeners are, which can be added to the business website.
Okay, Skybound Sound wants to know if there's a website or a bot that can give you basically the analytics of your listeners. All right, Skybound, most of the time, firstly, the thing would be this. Where is your music located? Okay, are you using a website? Are you using some type of software? If you are, The only thing that can happen that I know of is software that they're called scrapers. All right, and I fast forward. I apologize. Scrapers basically scrape the web and get you information based on your keyword search phrase. However, when you're using certain websites that are promoting like iTunes or whoever else, they should have these analytics in the platform themselves and or whoever your distributor is. Yes, baby. Okay. All right. What else? Okay. But just like with DistroKid, right? Or DistroKid, my slang is terrible. DistroKid gives you analytics to where your music is being sold. So you know, and I'll be honest with you, Skybound. I try my best to stay away from things that are not created for a particular thing. Like I haven't researched or found a bot that will give me analytics on music streams of my particular artist, or that is will isolate my product from everyone else's product. If there is, someone let me know. You know, post it in the chat or post it in the comment section of this video once it's all said and done. But I'm unaware. What I do know is that there is a lot of websites, and if you're uploading your music, that they give you the analytics and the information that's required. Come on, guys, give me some more questions. Then what you got, baby? Spadazo 100.
Spadazo 100. I want everyone to know that another form of promotion is taking out small radio ads in the areas where you do best.
And that is great. Spadazo, thank you for that as well. He's correct. You can take little small radio ads out. You can also utilize your free radios, what they call them, public radio stations. Sometimes they do public service announcements and things like that, depending on what the genre of music that they play. But thank you, Spadazo.
Six Wheels want to know any tips on selling your first beat.
Tips on selling your first beat? Yes, easily. Use Instagram. You're going to hear me say this constantly. Use Instagram because you can target your potential audience. You can literally target your audience to sell your first beat. However, what is going on now, though, and I'm pretty sure all you're aware, and I keep mentioning it, is the type beats, which I told you guys almost a year ago, man. Matter of fact, I did a live stream before, and I showed you guys then what type beats we're doing. And I know it maybe sounds like confidential when I say be unique, but we're talking about paying your bills as well. And I'm more concerned about you being able to feed your family or at least achieve that first sale. But doing type beats is definitely a way to get your first sale. However, you got to have a marketing plan. It goes back again, guys, to you delving into and investing in yourself. So once you get those subscribers, and if you guys do a search, right, when we get off this live stream, and you just type in a free Drake type beat or anything like this, you'll see what I'm saying. But what I want you guys to notice, and hopefully you're taking notes, is, Gabriel, what's going on, Gabriel Vargas? What I want you guys to notice, though, is that I want you to go to all these guys, and I want you to notice the first thing, which is they have tons of subscribers. Those subscribers are equating to people who are interested in free type beats. So that means there's a market. So if you see someone with 600,000 subscribers and all they've ever done was free type beats, that means there's 600,000 potential clients for you guys. Now, the other thing that I want you to find out is, do they have a email capturing program in place? In other words, those 600,000 subscribers, are they going into their subscriber list and messaging them to say, hey, I got some fresh tracks or a package deal for you? Are they capturing their emails so they can send out group emails later on to say, hey, there's a buy one beat or buy this trap beat for $2.99 or $50? You know, this is how you can sell your first beat. You know, do what others are doing right now that's hot while you can do it. But what I'm also going to give you guys is a jewel. The jewel is, do something different. Remember I told you guys a while ago, the most important tool that a producer can have is a songwriter? Go back to that now. So I'm going to time in that video, because by having you a songwriter who can now sing over your type beat hooks, you're now provided the artist with a hook that they can use, right? Now you're getting into writing and production credits, all right, which only brings you more money and also brings you more ownership of the music. Now you have a hook on top of your type beat that You can sell to artists because now you've done pretty much all the work for them. You've done the logistics of the work. You provided the type beat that they want. What's going on with you, man? You provided the type beat that they want, and you provided a hook that they can rap over. You've made it easy, man. You've made it completely gravy for them, guys. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that most artists want. What I'll give you, man, in our profession and what we've done was, and the reason why we became who we were was because we were a one-stop shop. And I keep saying that to you so you guys can get it. The one-stop shop was not only was we producing beats, we providing hooks, we providing verses if needed, and for the rappers, of course, they only wanted the hooks. But with the R&B singers, we provided everything. All they had to do was come in and sing. That was it. And if they was off their A game, guess what we did then? We also provided the vocal coaching and arranging for them. You get what I'm saying? Any more?
Okay. I wanted to know, what do you think of building on other platforms like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram to get yourself? I think you already answered it.
Okay.
Gabriel Barton said you are my favorite YouTuber. I describe and I leave it. I describe and leave a comment here with you today. I watch it every week.
Gabriel Vargas, appreciate you, brother. Peace and blessings, man. I appreciate you saying that I'm your favorite YouTuber. That means a lot to me because that means I'm giving you something of value, man. And I hope, man, you guys start just sharing my videos, man. Stop being afraid. Don't make me your best kept secret, all right? let other producers learn from what we're sharing. You know, that's what it is, because you guys need to start learning how to network, man. Start getting out there networking and start Voltroning up, like I tell you guys, and start collaborating, man. But don't let me be you guys' best kept secret. You know what I mean? Start sharing these videos, start suggesting these videos. And matter of fact, I'll give you another science, man. I did another video, but for the new subscribers, let me tell you something. Reddit is the best place ever for you guys to promote and market. If you pick the right forums, if you pick the right subreddits, that is the best place ever for you guys to promote, market, and share. Okay? So start utilizing Reddit, man. It is like, they call it the Bible of the internet. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, people will go to Reddit when they want to know information and validate information. Okay, so start utilizing Reddit. I seen something with Mark J Music.
You just said I'm a legendary member, as you know, and I'm finally ready to get licensing for TV. How many of these types that I have in my catalog before I contact you for work?
Contact who for work? Listen, you need Mark. Well, I think we talked about this before. Your catalog needs to be crazy large, guys. You know what I mean? Because again, you want to have a track for any type of situation. You want to have a track for any possible placement, any possible sync agreement, any possible license, you know, and you want to make sure that everything is in order. You want to make sure it's mixed. You want to make sure you have it mastered. You want to make sure when we're mixing and mastering, but I was going to say your levels are right. You want to have it, you know, good. But also remember the science that I gave you guys before about making sure that you have a dynamic intro. You want to tell stories in your music. You want your music to reflect a story. So, you know, that's the thing that I want you guys to do, Mark. We haven't forgotten about the movie and TV placement. As you know, we just been busy, man. I've been doing documentaries. I've been traveling, conferences, consultation, video shoots. You know, we haven't forgot about you. And what I like to do is I like to be able to put my energy into something when we do it. You know what I mean? So we're going to pick back up on the music, movie, and sync license opportunities. And we get them constantly still, but what I like to do with a client is I like to be able to focus on that wholeheartedly. And so as I build out this team even more, which consists of you guys, man, I mean, that's the whole point that I'm saying. I'm looking for the best of the best. I'm looking for the people who go above and beyond. I'm going to treat you the same way the record label will treat you. I want to make sure you have all your ducks and eggs in the basket, all right? But just keep doing what you're doing, Mark, man. You know what I mean? Keep working, bro. I know you're one of the best out here, man. There's a lot of you guys that I deal with, man. Y'all are the bomb completely. So just keep working, bro. I ain't forget about none of you. You have any more questions?
How do you constantly adapt to the market? That's the D.
Who said that?
Destin D.
Destin D. He asked, how do you adjust to the market? Okay. Check it out. I just did a video. I'm going to give you guys heads up on a video I just did for Machine Masters. But it deals with Google. Okay, Destin, how do you adjust to the market is being smart about being ahead of the game. And one of the things that you guys don't do is take advantage of the technology out there. We are so accustomed just to receiving emails and all these other things. We don't look at that. Let me answer this in a way that you can understand better. So as we see providers and search engines like Bing, Yahoo, Google, and whoever else that I'm not thinking about, Mozilla, Firefox, these guys are in constant competition with each other. So they're constantly having to come up with new technology to bring awareness to their brand. Miku, sit back, please. Is your seatbelt on? And when they do that, they provide technology that most of us are unaware of. Google is one of those companies. And so to stay ahead of the market and to stay on market changes, start utilizing Google for machine. I got to send over to them. We're in production right. We're not production. We're editing right now. But once it's done, we'll send it over to them. And I'm laying out certain things about Google, man. And basically just utilize Google Alerts. If you go into Google Alerts, you can utilize that to stay ahead of the game when it comes to marketing for the industry.
The next question is from Mr. Piecemakerz. How do you feel about starting a music library on SoundCloud? What are the pros and cons?
How do I feel about starting a music library on SoundCloud, and what are the pros and cons? Well, let's talk about the cons always. You know what I mean? You're limited to whatever the resources of that said platform is. All right? So whatever SoundCloud's limitations is, that's the cons automatically. Creating a music library is always a good thing, man. You guys got to realize that creating a library is always a good thing, because what it does is it basically says you have more than one beat. All right? It also allows you to look professional. It also puts you in a position to be able to offer more for your catalog, or offer more in your services that you have. So the music library is a great idea. I think, and I want you guys to always investigate exactly what the music library would do for you, because as I said to you before, guys, what's the benefit for you? What's the purpose when you do something or you create something? You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I want you to understand, because I can give you 1,001, for me, examples of how it worked for you, but I'm in a different situation than you guys. My contacts are different. My opportunities are different than yours. So I can give you 1,001 ways that it works for me. But for you as the producer, creating a music library, what will it do for you? Are you contacting people? Do you have potential clients that are interested in you starting a music library? You know, what would be the benefit for you? But on the other side of that, you should have one regardless, because your library is your catalog. But I will say to you that if you're going to do one, put every aspect of marketing behind it. Don't just create a music library and think that people are going to know that it's there. If you're going to do it the way it should be done. Okay? Any more questions?
All right. Now, you think, what do you do when lease sales start to slow down?
When lease sales starts to slow down, now I see Spadazzo is going to jump in this, but let me chime in real quick. When lease sales start to go down, be more creative about promotion. Start doing sales. Do like every other business do. When you want to know a business is losing money, or they're not making, or their sales have plummeted, you know what they start doing? They start putting sales out there, and or they start celebrating events. Okay, they start celebrating, Valentine's Day sales, St. Patrick's Day, and that's what I would do if I was you. I would start structuring sales and or doing the what they call them, different type of lease or package deals. I said in one particular video before that I would create a website if I was you guys, and I would basically do memberships. You know what I mean? Where they pay in monthly to get access to maybe 20 beats a month. Okay, and then if they paid more money, then they would get more access to more tracks. I would make them license free. I would make it as attractive as possible based on my understanding of the industry. So this is the whole point of behind. Hopefully, you guys being subscribers. Yeah, please forgive my baby, guys. He is frustrated. He's sleeping. But that's the whole point of understanding the industry, understanding licenses and copyrights and all these different things. Because the more attractive you make your music to someone, the more likely you are to sell. But always when you are doing things like this, never make them exclusive. Always make them non-exclusive and be able, and able to be used anywhere. That allows you to be able to capitalize off your music with more than one potential client. Never lock yourselves into an exclusive situation where you are selling for low, right? And you're giving away all your rights. I hope that makes sense. And to go back on the library, your library is, again, your catalog. It is your core. It is like your heart and your body. Okay, your music library, your catalog is your heart. Okay, you can't live, you can't function without it. I just want to add that on as well. Got another question? Okay, guys, if you don't have no more questions, we're getting off. And I don't want you just to make up nothing random, too. Is Facebook ads helpful in selling beats? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, man. Listen, Facebook and Instagram, again, is one of the most underappreciated, underrated sources of selling beats. Not only Facebook ads, Facebook groups. You guys got to understand, if I was a producer, if I was you guys, I would be hanging around in singer-songwriter forums and rapper forums and tight beat forums and all that every chance I get, and I'll be adding value to it. I'll be going in there and I'll be like, hey, yeah, did you know there's a new copyright law coming out? Or did you know, anything? I would just be adding, oh, well, so-and-so beats per minute is the typical whatever for a trap beat. I would just be going there adding value. That way people are like, oh, this guy knows what he's saying. He knows what he's talking about. Let me check out his Facebook fan page or whatever. Let me hear some of his tracks. You know what I mean? Because he's so smart, or he has so much information. You know what I mean? It's definitely worth listening to his music. But I would definitely be doing that, man. You know what I mean? You guys definitely need to start utilizing the Facebook groups and Facebook ads. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. Any more?
What when a samples your beat and it blows up?
What do you do for producers steal/samples your beat and it blows up? Well, here's the problem. If you have not, okay, let me put it this way. Sounds can't be copywritten, all right, because there's so many. So a hi-hat, no one can put a patent on a hi-hat. No one can put a patent on a particular sound unless you create it yourself and then you copyright it yourself. That's the only way. Right now, anything that is being used, that is available for use in any VST or any machine or any instrument that you're using or sound library or bank, if you, you can't, and then you can do about it. But and I think I'm aware, because I've heard an interview recently where someone said, a producer was mentioning him basically taking other producers' sounds when it happened. It's not morally correct, but in so many ways, there's really nothing you can do.
10-man 5 what is your opinion on making competition?
I gotta wait. All right, Mr.